We are 22 West Radio, the next wave of K-Beach. 22 West Radio is 22westmedia.com and 88.1 FM KKJZ HD3 Long Beach, Los Angeles.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and now our World Broadcasting Tag Team Champions of the World.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Rob.
And this is Beyond the Ropes. Big week. We're 19 days away until WrestleMania, Rob. And it's going to be a big show. So, first off, how was your weekend?
Buried in homework. So much, oh man. Group work is really something when we're not communicating well.
You got to communicate. That's kind of the key right there. Yeah, I mean, with WrestleMania 19 days away, are you caught up on all your wrestling news?
Well, it's really interesting to hear how, like, you know, it's the race to try to see if you can sign talent before they try to jump to the new company.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of that going on lately, especially with WrestleMania season around the corner, and you know, you want to sign and get a hold of all talent that is available. And we'll get into more details about that in just a little bit. But first, let's talk about last week's SmackDown. Obviously happens every Tuesday after we go off the air, so we're not able to keep up with it, so we got to catch up. Really solid episode of SmackDown Live last week. The show opened up with Shane McMahon, the newly heel Shane McMahon, I should say. He ultimately came out and demanded to be introduced as the best in the world, and he got physical with the announcer, you know, to make sure he said it correctly. And then he cut a promo saying, you know, he's the best in the world because he was born that way, and that he enjoyed beating The Miz on Fastlane so much that he's going to do it again at WrestleMania. So we did get confirmation that at WrestleMania it will be Shane McMahon taking on The Miz.
They could have done more. Shane could have had, like, I don't know, another program.
I mean, what else are you going to do with Shane, honestly? He's
A
not
new alliance story.
Oh, no. You
Oh,
can't do
yeah.
that. No.
Oh, yeah.
No. Who is it going to be? Who's going to be
With
a part of
TNA
it?
people now. He's like, oh, guess what, Dad? I funded now TNA secretly.
Oh,
and Jeff
my
Jarrett is
goodness.
doing this.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
The alliance angle didn't work the first time.
It did, but it was ended so fast.
Because there just wasn't enough star power. I mean, I guess...
I mean, back then, too, they didn't even give RVD much lines, and he was still a big figure. All he did was say dude, though, and stuff like
He
that.
was the biggest one from the ECW and pretty much WCW. I mean, Booker T, I guess, was there.
Oh,
But-
yeah. Oh, my gosh. That grocery store scene will forever, like...
With Austin, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that was post-alliance, wasn't it? I think it was. I think that had already ended. Nevertheless, a Miz, Shane McMahon story, I mean, they've been building it since November, since Crown Jewel. And so it makes sense, I guess, long-term storytelling. And, yeah, we're going to be getting that at WrestleMania. Next up, the first official match was an 8-man tag team match between Aleister Black, Ricochet, and the Hardy Boys taking on Rusev, Shinsuke Nakamura, and The Bar. This was a fun match. All four teams are great in the ring, especially Aleister and Ricochet. They've just been really making a name for themselves on the main roster, which is good to see. And it's really exciting to see what they're doing over there on SmackDown. However, the match ended in a no contest after the New Day came out and attacked everyone, laying out every single person, and they wanted their message to be heard. They obviously weren't happy about Fastlane, which we talked about last week, So essentially, Kofi never got his WWE title match at Fastlane, so they were clearly unhappy with the situation. So they interrupted the 8-man tag team match to make sure they got their point across. And there was so much steam behind Kofi and the New Day, which is great to see. Next up, the Usos cut a promo backstage on the entire SmackDown tag team division. They kind of specifically called out the Hardy Boys at the very end. And it looks like we may be getting that tag team match at WrestleMania. Unless it ends up being like a multi-man match. I don't know, what would you prefer there?
For which one?
For the SmackDown tag team titles.
Oh, for Shane to just get a new partner to put gold on him again.
No.
Or
he's
you know
already
what?
in the match.
R-Truth can be tag team champions with Little Jimmy.
Oh no!
Bring that back.
No, that is terrible. I would say no. You gotta keep it. I would like to see a multi-man match, like multi-team, I should say. But I'd be fine with just the Hardys and the Usos.
Well, I mean, if they made it like a ladder, that would be interesting. A ladder
really
match
like
is always
a
interesting.
TLC match.
Oh, but then it's always great to add in an extra team.
Well,
TLC,
you make it a
and-
multi-man, a multi-team. Yeah. If you do that, then I think that would work the
I
best.
think we'll compliment WrestleMania is bringing back Money in the Bank within there.
Yeah, I mean that was always exciting. Having a ladder
Yeah.
match at Mania is always exciting.
I don't know why they made it its own pay-per-view. Like,
It draws a lot of buzz, I guess. It could stand alone. But yeah, seeing a multi-man ladder match would be amazing to see at some point. Hopefully it'll happen. We still don't have an Intercontinental or a U.S. title match being
just
promoted.
put them on R-Truth.
No, he's had his run.
No,
that's it.
R-Truth's great.
He's great,
Needs more
but
gold.
he doesn't need
Yeah.
it. No, Joe has it, and he's doing
Like-
great with it.
Most of his reigns, like, they haven't lasted. And it's sad because R-Truth can do so much.
He's a good comedy act. That's what he is.
A golden comedy act.
Yeah, he doesn't need a title for that, for what he does. That's all good. Next up, this was a great in-ring promo. So Randy Orton came out. He kind of cut a promo on AJ Styles, saying while AJ was in bingo halls in 2002, he was making his debut in WWE. And then he mentioned in 2004, AJ was giving handshakes at high school gyms, and Randy was becoming the youngest world champion in WWE. In 2005, while AJ was in Florida getting a tan with Dixie Carter, he was having a match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and he kind of did that and saying SmackDown is a house that Randy Orton built. It was ultimately interrupted by AJ Styles, saying he was saying Randy wouldn't be able to make it in the indie scene. He's very much a WWE guy, and he says that Randy should look backstage because a number of AJ's indie friends are backstage, and it was a really good heated promo. And AJ ultimately made the challenge for WrestleMania between him and Randy, and it has been officially confirmed over the weekend that we will be seeing that match. Should be a good match. These two are arguably two of the best workers right now, and they've been doing it for so long. It should be an exciting match. Next up, we had a singles match in the women's division. Asuka defeated Sonya Deville, and that match didn't last too long. Mandy Rose accidentally cost Sonya the match. So last week it was, or at Fastlane it was Sonya accidentally costing Mandy the match. So they continued the dissension right there between those two, and Asuka once again picked up the victory. Becky Lynch ended up cutting a promo as she got on the mic, talked about Charlotte and Ronda Rousey. Charlotte kind of cut her off, and they kind of just did typical back and forth promo, nothing really special here. But again, building toward their triple threat match at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship. Daniel Bryan was seen leaving Vince McMahon's office and saying he spoke to the boss about Kofi Kingston, who then revealed that he ended up getting booked in a tag team match with Rowan against Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali for later on in the evening. So that was confirmed. In a tag team match, Rey Mysterio and R-Truth, your favorite, took on Samoa Joe and Andrade in a tag team match.
And then little Jimmy tripped Andrade, right?
No, that's not what happened. Mysterio was wearing this ugly outfit. Like it was like bodysuit, almost.
Little Jimmy's taller than Ray.
No, he's tiny. Mysterio ended up picking up the victory, pinning Joe with the victory roll. So it looks like Mysterio might be a contender for the United States Championship right there. So
Wow.
fun match. These four have great chemistry together, and it's always fun to see what they're able to do. Next up, we had a tag team match between Daniel Bryan and Rowan, taking on Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali. Good back and forth match. Rowan ended up picking up the victory with the Iron Claw kind of choke slam on Ali. And so, they picked up the victory. The show ended with Vince McMahon saying he had an opportunity for a Kofi. The New Day interrupted him, and this was a great promo from Woods and Big E, and then ultimately Kofi. This was Kofi's kind of really best promo ever of his career, so this was really cool. He said, McMahon has never allowed him or someone like him to compete or contend for the title, and he kind of pleaded for an opportunity. He didn't want anything to be handed to him. He wanted an opportunity. And so then we had everyone from Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Sheamus and Cesaro, and Rowan come out. And Vince said, if you can defeat all these guys in a gauntlet match next week, you got your match at WrestleMania. So tonight, it'll be Kofi taking on all those guys in a gauntlet match. And if he wins, he will face Daniel Bryan for the WWE title at WrestleMania. Is he going to win?
He has to, but the question is, what are they going to do to Big E and Xavier before the show starts or whatever, probably?
I have no idea.
They'll probably put him in a match.
I mean, they could probably be out there for support. I guess they could attack. They could, attack him, take him out to stack the odds against him even more. That's always a possibility, but I think being in the gauntlet already kind of puts him in that.
Okay, there's still another week till WrestleMania or what?
Yeah, we got 90 days.
Can you imagine one of the next obstacles is a handicap, but Vince forces Kofi to face the New Day members?
So he kind of teased the New Day splitting up, which I don't think it's a good idea. It's not a good idea right now. Where last week he mentioned during that promo that they had, Vince said, Kofi, you've been letting these younger guys carry you for a while. So it's kind of like they almost teased dissension between them. Although there was nothing, they were able to, be fine. But I don't know what they're going to do here. I would not be surprised if Kofi lost. Like Daniel Bryan gets involved and costs him a match or something. And then he finds another way to get a match. But
I think it's interesting because one of the rumors they thought of is if there was ever going to be a split, it was going to be because Big E was going to go for a singles push.
Right.
It's going to be heel.
See, I don't see that happening. I mean, I guess if Kofi wins, but
I
feel
would
like
find it very interesting if Xavier was the heel.
he'd be good heel.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they all would.
Yeah.
They've all been heel before, and I feel like they could all definitely thrive in that role.
Mhm.
However, I see Daniel Bryan still in that title picture, even if he loses at Mania, which should happen, because I think Kofi should have that moment.
Because
But
if he ever turns heel, like a good moment for him, You know how there's been moments where like people throw a belt in like the trash can or something like that.
Daniel did that. just
Well,
a few minutes
Xavier like lights up the trombone.
ago. He kind of separates himself
Yeah.
from the New Day gimmick. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. All right. So I think we should be
Yeah.
heading out for our first commercial break. When we return, we'll be discussing a little bit more news, including a character change for a very popular and polarizing at the same time superstar.
Seen that the janitor?
No,
Oh.
that
And it's not the
unfortunately not.
gimmick change yet that needed.
Unfortunately not. All right, we'll be back.
Need to grab breakfast or lunch on the run?
And hi, I'm Marissa.
Hi, Ethan.
Hi, Ethan. This is Leia. We're just gonna sit and listen to you. I'm getting my training hours in.
Oh, great.
The Isco Patterson Child Development Center is a place on campus which provides child care services for student parents with the mission to ensure. no
I love the belts. Ooh, absolutely brilliant.
student-
We've had them for quite some time already.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant.
For children from 6 months to 2nd grade. More information
And
on
so you have another belt for your other show, or is it the
Oh,
same
it's the
belt?
same belt.
Oh, okay.
It's airbrushed in the back.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Got you.
Child Development Center.
Yeah, so for the other show, it plays a prop to just have my name.
Which is perfect.
Yeah.
Really know the hard work that goes into producing an album, decisions the artist has to make, or why music from over 50 years ago is still influencing today's hits. Tune into The Nightfly on Tuesday evenings to learn more about music history, classic albums, and to
Do you
hear
guys have
exactly
class
what
after
goes
this?
into the music you
Oh,
know and
I'm
love.
pretty much done. I have
Shows
a lot of
by
group
me,
work to do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm done for the day.
You're done for the day?
Classic and
Nice.
From a range of styles and genres, focusing on the hidden history of these influential recordings. Join me on Tuesday nights at 7 with The Nightfly.
Do you like all the lights on the board? Huh?
And we are back with Beyond the Ropes. I'm Ethan.
I'm Rob.
As always, you can give us a like on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes. You can currently find us on YouNow with the hashtag.
Ask questions.
And just search up on YouTube, Rob Flores Media, or search up Beyond the Ropes, and you'll find around 70 episodes are out there currently.
71.
71 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I was sorting through and trying to find.
Which one?
One of them, remember when we first tested that one?
Oh,
that
the
one
larger
was all
camera.
silent.
Oh,
So I
oh,
forgot about that one. That was silent.
That's right. All right. Well,
So that one won't count.
oh man, it's not gonna make it.
It's the silent era one.
The silent arrow. That's amazing. Okay. Which episode? Do you remember? Like, But it was last
There
semester.
wasn't that many episodes then after all that we have then because the thing that made it look like it was a ton of episodes was my desktop was like a ton of like our previous episodes. Literally, I think I had episodes 60 to 71 like on the desktop,
okay.
like different folders. So that's why I'm like, wait, that's not a lot of episodes then. Like that we had like piled. It's only like
Right.
a few.
Okay.
So
Are we past the 80 episode mark now?
we'll get there soon. Have to get through all those.
Okay, but I mean, we've already done 80.
Yeah, we have to have probably by now.
Okay. We got 100 episodes coming up. We gotta keep track of that. Actually, what was it? Was it yesterday or something? Was the official anniversary of our 1 year here?
Oh yeah, the show's really been around for quite a while.
Yeah, especially here. Anyways, let's talk about more wrestling, because this is a wrestling radio show. Roman Reigns was making some media rounds last week, and he talked about his character when he came back. He said, so this is all in quotes here, kind of a long one, but try and speed through it. I honestly think last week that was one of my goals. I was like, okay, I knew the first week was going to be crazy emotional, but I don't want to be the guy who comes out there and everybody gets semi-sad. or super heavy all the time. I want people to have fun. I want to create escapism. It's like a mini vacation on their couch. Let's get it into these storylines. Let's talk all this positive sensitivity being sent to me and shift it and send it to the people that are in need. That's where I am now, shifting all that positive energy from me to the people in need. But also with the storylines and character, because we have introduced Joe, which is Roman's real name. Especially last week, I felt like there was a lot of Joe within the promo of segment 1, even with the interaction with Seth. I just feel like with me integrating characters and who I am in real life and who I am on stage, for me to kind of mix them. It allows me to laugh at Roman a little bit and have a little more fun and be a little more loose as opposed to the stoic brawler. If you know me in real life, I'm kind of like my cousins, the Ustos. I'm a bit of a clown. I act up. We goof off a lot. We're silly. We're big kids. We're always goofing around, trying to laugh. If I can add that into the next couple of years, those layers of being chilled out, a little more comedy, a few different emotions, I think that would be pretty neat. So he's not trying to be
Speaking
the
of comedy.
he's not trying to be the traditional Roman that we were used to seeing before he left to deal with his illness. So
Did you hear about Rikishi?
no, what about it?
He's on a comedy tour. He's
Rikishi's
gonna
on a
be at
comedy
like
tour?
the Brea Improv soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's not hear about that. When did he start that?
There's this comedian who was supposed to be here, but he posted it that he's gonna be on a tour with him.
That's interesting. I did not hear about that. That should be
Yeah.
fun.
So Brea Improv's one of the stops he's gonna make
Brea?
at like the end of the month, or something like that.
We'll have to look into
Yeah,
that.
so it's pretty interesting to see that Rikishi's taking on comedy.
Yeah, I mean, post wrestling, you kind of have to figure out something.
I mean, he didn't have to do that many moves, though. I mean, for a wrestler who became famous for the stink face move,
Right,
I mean,
For
it just requires sit down.
a limited moveset, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, going back to the Roman situation, maybe we'll get to see a little more diversity from him. I mean, it would be best for his character, obviously.
I mean, if his health doesn't give out on him again, like,
You know, he went to the treatment, so.
yeah.
So, hopefully we'll get to see a little more. We did get confirmation of his possible WrestleMania match,
Uh-huh.
which we'll talk about in the Raw recap in just a little bit. So,
Yeah.
Ric Flair underwent surgery this past weekend.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I also heard about Arn Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
The same day, I think, though, they did that. They're like, oh, Ric Flair went on a surgery. Oh, by the way, that's an Arn Anderson T-shirt. Like, what?
That's right. His first T-shirt ever. His first solo
Wow.
T-shirt, which is on Pro Wrestling Tees. But he underwent surgery. I believe it was a successful surgery. So just turned 70. So it's pretty crazy.
You know what would have been a good Arn Anderson shirt also?
Which one?
It's this. They didn't make one though, like that I'm thinking of, but if they just had the outlining of his glasses, because you know how he has specific type of glasses. And he goes, "How many am I holding up?"
That's right. That'd be a good one. Pitch it. Maybe they'll design it. Let's see. What else we can go through here? So next year there's going to be a lineup change with SmackDown moving to Fridays.
Oh, I heard the
Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay. No, I was talking about Fox in general.
Oh, well, we can talk about that right now. Actually, go
Yeah.
ahead if you want to bring it up.
So Fox doesn't want to have like a 3-man broadcasting team. They want to
Oh, I
switch
didn't
back
hear
to
about that.
2. So if that happens, they're thinking bye-bye Renee, which would suck. Like,
Well, she's on Raw.
no, but still, like, that's the whole concept. I think it's both shows.
Yeah, I mean, I guess,
Yeah, they
Yeah,
want
that
2-man
would be
teams.
surprising.
They just want 2 people teams.
yeah. It'd be, October's going to be really interesting with how they have the rosters for Raw and SmackDown as well as the look and everything. With the Fox deal, obviously they're going to have to change a lot.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's weird when they try to accommodate like a deal that they get to please the network that they signed with.
Well, it's $1 billion deal, so
Yeah, but like that time, I finally got to see the ECW, the most recent thing that they did, where like Paul Heyman reflects and so does Shane.
oh, okay, I saw that.
Yeah, about how
The WWE.
when they went to Sci-Fi.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right, and they wanted the zombie character.
Yeah, but I like Shane's idea that he had.
Yeah, he was, he wanted to be a streaming service
Yeah.
before it was actually like a thing, which is a smart idea, but obviously Vince took over and it kind of just became a traditional WWE platform,
Wow.
which didn't work out, obviously, in the end.
How interesting would it be though if, you know how every year they try to make up with somebody that's been on bad terms with the company?
Mhm.
But this whole Shane best in the world thing is leading up to like CM Punk coming back. That would be
I don't think
really
he's
something.
think it-
That or Jericho coming back eventually.
Well, I mean, Jericho, he's on good terms with them. I mean, he signed with,
Yeah.
All Elite, but he's on good terms. He got a picture with Triple H the other week, remember?
Oh yeah, the Ric
So,
Flair party.
Yeah, so. But getting back to this change with SmackDown moving to Fridays now in October. Next year, who knows what's going to happen with the Hall of Fame as well as NXT TakeOver that happens
Wow.
during WrestleMania weekend. They might move it a different day. Who knows? Because usually the Hall of Fame
Day
is on
before.
Friday,
Oh, okay.
or the TakeOver is on Friday.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to do a lineup change. I'm assuming they're probably just gonna move it to Thursday.
Wow.
So it'll really be like a full week of content for WrestleMania. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. So does Asuka have a WrestleMania opponent yet?
I mean, I feel like they could have just included them all, like when they did that whole battle royal.
And just have her defend it in the battle royal?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I guess.
Put everybody who's not booked on the show yet and just have them in the battle royal. That's how they do the
Yeah,
whole
that's not a
Andre the
bad.
Giant
That's
thing.
not a bad idea for the title.
Yeah.
Asuka would have to win though. You can't have her lose two WrestleManias in a row.
Or, you know, what would be interesting is the controversial ending. Whenever there's an over the top. Or like they clothesline each other, they both have the same time,
Both-
they're
both feet
debating.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, then just turn that into a match after.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. It's different. So, but apparently, they still haven't figured out Asuka's opponent. With 2 weeks to go, the SmackDown Women's title is an afterthought once again.
Wow.
So, hopefully something good. I mean, there were talks about Lacey Evans being her opponent. She competed at the Royal Rumble match, and that was it.
They just need to bring Bianca Belair there.
She's competing at TakeOver.
Uh,
NXT, so for that women's title in a fatal four-way. That will be a great match. But yeah, I guess hopefully we'll find out something tonight on SmackDown regarding the SmackDown Women's Championship. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, Jericho did an interview where he discussed on who he would like to induct him into the WWE Hall of Fame someday.
Is he finally actually speaking as if he'd actually go in? Because
Mhm.
before he says he'd turn it down.
No, I think he's definitely. He was asked who would he select to induct him, and he gave an answer. Do you want to guess who?
The Rock?
No,
Triple H?
no.
Oh,
current
man.
wrestler.
Oh, current wrestler?
Yeah, there's currently wrestling in WWE. Full time.
And it's not somebody from the Attitude Era?
No.
What? Somebody more recent?
Yeah.
Ray?
No, someone he teamed with. Or was associated with recently.
Oh, Kevin Owens?
Yeah.
What? But he's so new. Like he wasn't.
Well, he said here, he explained it here, so I'll read out his quote. I used to think that Shawn Michaels would be good, but he has done it before. I think honestly Kevin Owens would be good, and I'll tell you the reason why. He grew up as a fan of mine, and then I ended up doing this amazing angle with him. We had great chemistry.
Oh.
And again, a cool whole 8-month angle or whatever it was. So I think it would be kind of cool to have him do it from both sides of the coin, or being a fan of Chris Jericho and then getting to work with Chris Jericho. Like when Sean got inducted, they never asked me, but I would have been a real good candidate. I would say Kevin Owens, or my go-to answer is always Funaki. He always makes a Funaki joke, which is amazing. And Funaki still works for the company, so
Wow.
that would be fun. Yeah, let's see. We're going to talk about Raw after our next break. We still got a few minutes here, though. Kurt Angle's WrestleMania opponent drew a lot of heat last night.
Was it the social media response he gave that he's game or something like that? That he's totally game in for like the match?
What do you mean?
Was he responding to Shelton?
Oh, he said yes. However, that's not who his opponent is.
Oh man, who is it then?
Make a guess.
Rey Mysterio?
No,
Don't tell me it's Corbin.
it's Corbin.
What a waste.
He was trending #1 worldwide on Twitter yesterday because of how much hate he was getting for being Angle's final opponent.
Yeah, that better be a joke.
That's
They
what
should have
everyone's
posted
hoping.
that. Oh man, that's a joke.
It was officially announced, last night during Raw. Kurt Angle said he wanted his final opponent to be Baron Corbin, which, from reports, it was Vince McMahon's decision.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, so there's also some speculation saying Cena will come out at WrestleMania and, take out Corbin. That would be a much better send-off for Angle.
No, I like the Shelton Benjamin idea.
Yeah, but it won't happen.
Because the way I would have wanted it is an Iron Man match, and there's different interferences.
Angle can't
But
last
Team
5 minutes.
Angle. Oh man, I mean,
He was blowing up yesterday during his match, like 5 minutes into it. He can't. He needs a quick match. So,
oh man.
yeah, because he had a match with Chad Gable yesterday. Decent match, but he Chad Gable had to put in the work to help Angle finish it.
Wow.
Which, so.
And he was in an article too as one of the top 10 opponents for Chad Gable.
Yeah, he would have been a good one, but I mean, just Angle can't go anymore for too long. That's why I'm saying Cena, because at least Cena could carry him for at least a few minutes.
See, he could carry him off while he's watching.
He could. I'm sure he could. But yeah, as of right now, we have Baron Corbin, which is seemingly the worst match on the card so
The
far.
only thing that would do is allow heat for Corbin, as in let Corbin beat him then. Because
Oh,
then
yeah,
you can build him
that's-
into a big villain.
That's what will likely happen, I'm assuming. I feel like that's
Although
what
that'd
they-
be pretty humiliating for Kurt.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, it's one thing to have a match against Corbin. It's another thing now that you're going to lose to him on your final match. It's just kind of, with a career like Kurt Angle, you would think someone with a bigger name.
Did Corbin ever win a belt in his career?
He was U.S. champion for like a month, I think. And he was Money in the Bank,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he didn't successfully cash in.
Wow. He joined Cena in that.
That's right. So, that's what happened last night on Raw. Did you hear about what happened over the weekend in AAA?
Oh, the Young Bucks. I like that photo where he's like, I brought some stuff back from Mexico. It's got a bunch of Mexican candy and a championship belt.
That's funny. I did not see that.
That's funny.
Yeah, the Young Bucks are the new AAA Tag Team Champions, defeating Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix.
Cody interrupted Big Conan. Yeah.
I don't watch
What was
the
it?
spot, but yeah.
Yeah, it was an announcement. Like when they announced that, they also said that Cody interrupted Conan in some kind of interview.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know Conan came out, I think, at the end of the match where the Lucha Brothers won, and then that's when the Young Bucks came
Maybe
out
that
with
was
the
their press
surprise,
thing.
with the surprise opponents after the fact.
Wow.
And so they were, I guess, the heels, obviously, being in Mexico. But I'm sure we'll get that title rematch at Double or Nothing, because I think they are set to face each other there. So, anyways, let's get our next commercial break in, and when we return, We'll talk about a few more new signees for WWE as well as a Raw recap.
Students, are you looking for some free and exciting entertainment and prizes? All Long Beach State athletic games are free for all current students with a valid ID, and you can win prizes for just showing up. Check out
Huh?
longbeachstate.com
Yeah, there's,
students for all of the details. Go Beach.
As college students, we are expected to pick a major and graduate. But what happens in between that? When do we make time to think about our career interests, our professional development, or getting work experience in a desired industry? It's never too early to start thinking long term. Join me, Joes, and me, Jazz, from the Career Development Center for our new radio series, Career Minute, where we will have discussions with career counselors, alumni, current students, and industry professionals regarding all things career related. Tune in Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. on 22S Radio for tips on how you can prepare yourself now for the transition from college to career.
Greetings, I'm Samantha Coulter, inviting you to join me each Tuesday at 6 p.m. for the Time Warp Lounge, right here on 22 West Radio. Your home for the very best in tiki, exotica, jazz, lounge, space age, rockabilly, and instrumental surf from today and way back in the day. We specialize in musical escapism, so sit back, relax, and enjoy some easy listening tunes from the Time Warp Lounge.
Bonjour tout le monde. Is this what you think French music is? Just accordions and waltz? Well, you're wrong. My name is Ricardo Alejandro, aka Francois, and I'm your host along with my lovely co-host Selena Castañeda, aka Jazz, and we are Francois sur la radio, bringing you SoCal, CSURB, and 22 West Radio, all French or French-themed music, the good, the bad, the old, and the new, as well as info on CSURB's French Club, and anything related to the French culture. Join us for un temps inoubliable, or an unforgettable time. Tune in every Tuesday from 9 to 10 p.m. A plus, mes chers amis. Bonsoir et au revoir. Yours truly, Francois.
Just curious if this works.
And we are back with Beyond the Ropes. I'm Ethan.
I'm Rob.
And as always, you can give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/Beyond the Ropes, where we post predictions and additional content that may not make it on the air. We are also on YouTube. Just search up Beyond the Ropes or go to Rob Flores Media, and you'll find 71 episodes of Beyond the Ropes there. You can also follow us on Twitter at EthanNB95 and
Rob Flores Media.
And we were on You Now But Not Anymore because Rob was playing a little bit of Harlem Heat. There we go, we're on You Now.
Yeah.
You Know with the hashtag
Ask questions.
Awesome. And yeah, we're going to talk about someone who is also going into the Hall of Fame with the Warrior Award in just a little bit.
Wow.
But former TNA star Samuel Shaw made his NXT debut over the weekend. Do you remember him?
Yeah, little by little, a lot of TNA people are coming in. I could have sworn I read Zima Ion.
Yes, DJZ was the most recent one signed. Like
I'm telling you, the TNA storyline, it could happen. It could happen now.
It shouldn't happen.
Most likely it will.
It won't. But I feel like they've done
Coincidence.
that.
Big coincidence.
It just wouldn't. I think it's just them trying to build up talent.
I'll know confirmation if they put Dixie on the payroll, probably. I think that would totally, like, for me, like, solidify that it's a big yes.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind if Dixie showed up.
But we build it to our first She Managed CC3.
That's honestly, I think, the only way I would be fine with Dixie. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. what happens there. But yeah, congrats to Samuel Shaw, and obviously DJZ made the announcement over the weekend that he was officially signed to NXT. So that should be fun. Samuel Shaw is a unique character. He's if you look at him now, he's got a little bit
I wonder if he's gonna be stuck to his gimmick though, Zima.
Well, he was DJZ.
Yeah, but Robbie E even got, I think, signed.
That's right, Robbie E. Robert Strauss or Strauss,
So
I
that's
believe.
why I'm like,
They'll change their names probably. They do it with everyone, unless
but their gimmick might follow them. I don't know.
The Samuel Shaw gimmick, I could definitely see that, because it looked like he was still in that gimmick. I don't know about the other ones. The whole the Robbie E gimmick just is outdated, so
Yeah.
he'd have to definitely reinvent himself.
I don't think there could be more ghetto Jersey Shore characters.
I mean, even Zack Ryder had to evolve because he had that similar gimmick too.
Man.
But yeah, let's talk about the Warrior Award recipient this year. The WWE announced that Sue Etchison, who has worked for the company for 30 years at the corporate office, will be this year's recipient. The award will be presented by Dana Warrior. She is credited with spearheading WWE's community outreach programs and has helped to make long-term partnerships with charities such as Make-A-Wish to help grant wishes to over 6,000 children. This was a quote from Stephanie McMahon. Sue has dedicated her entire career to helping wish kids fill their dreams and putting smiles on countless families' faces. Her heart and character epitomize the essence of the Warrior Award. She is an unsung hero who deserves to be recognized and immortalized in the WWE Hall of Fame. This is from Atchison. I am humbled to receive this prestigious award. I look forward to continuing WWE's efforts with Make-A-Wish and other organizations to make a positive impact on children and their families around the world.
So is it that person is ill? Because that's usually been so far the...
No, they're doing what Warrior originally wanted to do, which was, give recognition to employees that have, don't get the credit, I guess, they deserve. So, no, she's not. I know this is a step from.
I mean, Make-A-Wish is still kind of a tie.
Right. Yeah, but she's kind of like the one that spearheaded that. So, she's getting the recognition that she rightfully deserves. I think a lot of the wrestlers on Twitter were wishing her well and were happy to see her. Clearly, she's a remarkable individual to get so much reception from the WWE wrestlers and former, even like Cody even made a comment about it, and Mick Foley and everyone. So congratulations to her being a Warrior Award recipient. So congrats. Hall of Fame, pretty stacked Hall of Fame this year. Headlined by DX, got Troy Wilson, Harlem Heat, Honky Tonk Man.
There's some WCW stuff going on right there.
Yeah, you got a little bit, yeah.
In that case.
A little bit, yeah.
Wow.
With Harlem Heat, and DX did invade WCW one time. So, WWE has pulled Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson from live events.
Oh man.
They're out the door. They're definitely out the door.
I feel like if they didn't sign, AJ should have held off a bit longer.
No. He's right where he belongs. He made a comment. Did you see the tweet?
No.
He made a post about it yesterday morning, which kind of blew up the internet, which was hilarious. He wrote, this was his tweet, "This is the newest member of my family," with a picture of a little dog.
Uh-huh.
He also said, "Also, I've signed a new contract with WWE." What a cute little guy. So he just kind of made a subtle announcement that he has re-signed with the company, which is hilarious. It's not surprising, but the way they treat him, why wouldn't he sign a new contract? I mean, it's understandable why Gallows and Anderson are leaving. Or
Yeah,
planning
but
to
I
leave.
mean, the more big names, the more to help the AEW name get bigger quicker.
Why would he want to help AEW? He's got a perfect
Because
main
all
event
his
position.
buddies are there.
He's got buddies in WWE. So he was buddies with Samoa Joe and TNA guys before he was buddies with
Yeah, but the
Literally.
TNA story isn't happening.
yeah, which it shouldn't. AJ's doing fine.
And then it ends, with R-Truth getting a belt.
He's not.
Yeah.
No, that's not happening. Let's see. Another SmackDown's live star signed a new deal. Apparently, is this?
Oh, Sin Cara?
I did not even read this.
Yeah.
You saw it. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
he signed.
So as you mentioned, Sin Cara has signed a 3-year deal after coming to terms a few weeks ago.
I'm
and-
surprised he even signed a one. You don't even see his cara anywhere on TV as much.
Well, he was injured. He's currently injured. So, I mean, clearly they're offering him a good deal.
I know,
If
but
they-
that's like Sin Tele. He ain't on TV.
So he's been out of action since August due to a knee injury. That's been the issue. However, there has been talks about creating a faction with him, Andrade, and Rey Mysterio. Who knows if that's still the plan? But I mean, if that's the case, then he made the right decision for signing.
Andrade with Ray would kind of mean that they'd go heel.
Oh, they might try to turn Andrade face.
Uh-huh.
I mean, this whole rivalry with Mysterio that he's had has been really good. Their matches have been great, so they're trying to build him as kind of the next Latin superstar, to eventually, I'm sure, replace Mysterio. So it makes sense if they're trying to turn him face.
Unless they could get Alberto come back.
Don't ever say that. That is terrible.
Then he'll call Andrade a peasant.
No, the last thing we need is him back. We've got much better talent there. What are your thoughts on WrestleMania being 8 hours long this year?
Oh, well, I mean, you give a whole hour to R-Truth, it should be great, too.
I'm gonna just ignore that and say, there's likely that there's gonna be like 17 matches on the card,
Wow.
which has never been done
But the
before.
only thing that counts, though, technically, is who's going to be on the pay-per-view. Like, to their minds, some of the superstars be like, yeah, but did I make it on the actual TV?
I mean, at this point, the kickoff show is still on the network,
Yeah.
so everyone gets a match. Yeah, I mean, they're not officially, I guess,
Yeah.
on the pay-per-view, but it seems like they're gonna try and put everyone on there as much as they can. 8-hour show. You need a lot of breaks for that.
Maybe then Zack Ryder will finally get a match right there.
He's probably gonna be in the Battle Royal with Kurt Hawkins, unfortunately. Who knows?
I just hope that for this WrestleMania, we see Charlie Haas come back.
I don't see that happening. He's retired, isn't he?
But I heard about semi-retirement, and considering not that long ago, apparently Shelton and the whole Team Angle had a brief reunion for one night or something like that, like a few years ago.
No,
So
that was a few years ago, though.
it's possible, especially if Kurt has a retirement. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But, no, so this is something that happened 2 hours ago. I did not notice we're almost out of time and we haven't talked about Raw, but we'll get to that quickly. Oh. Huh. So, this kind of defeats our entire purpose of what we just talked about. Sin Cara apparently has not re-signed. So this is a tweet from him. This is not the most recent member of my family. He posted a picture of his dog, and he said, also, I have not signed a new contract with WWE. What a
see,
cute little guy.
that's a little bit better because technically AEW needs more names.
Yeah, but if they take all the WWE talent, they're just going to be WCW 2.0.
Well,
You can't.
don't work that way, for the mistake,
You just can't rely on former WWE talent, though. It just becomes WWE 2.0.
I mean, that did get TNA its bigger ratings at the time.
Yeah, and where is everyone now? They're back in
They're getting
WWE.
fat checks.
They're making fat checks in WWE now.
That's how you get them to it. It'll help them all in the long run. Rubbing off the big names.
I guess so.
Just don't change the ring style. Imagine if AEW was like a 6-sided ring.
Now they're definitely trying to be like TNA.
Oh,
That would see you can't. No, don't do that. Do your own thing. It'll be fine.
I think it made tag team matches though interesting because with the 6-sided ring you get more teams that way in the traditional style.
Well, I heard the ring was also harder, and you don't want wrestlers getting hurt.
Well, the only downside I heard was that the ropes, like one springboard off it, was more unreliable.
You see, you can't trust the 6-sided ring.
The high flyers have been jumping for a while.
Too risky. Yeah, Drew McIntyre defeated Seth Rollins last night. Thanks to a distraction. Brock Lesnar showed up to work. He actually showed up. And Drew made the open challenge to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That'll probably happen. Beth Phoenix, this is kind of our Raw recap in a nutshell because we're almost out of time, but Beth Phoenix says she's coming out of retirement. The team will with Natalia, and they want those women's tag team titles.
I've heard so much talk about Finn Balor having some match, but
He's going to be competing for the IC title, probably, against Lashley. He hasn't beat Lashley clean, so...
I mean, I don't know. If only Undertaker showed up. And supposedly, there's talk about the painted face Balor versus Undertaker.
Yeah, that was talked, but I don't know. I don't see it. You would think they would have announced it already. And there's no indication of that happening. It seems like Finn and Lashley's storyline is for sure going to be the WrestleMania match.
Oh my gosh, I just thought of something funny.
What?
If Triple H's match with Batista, Finn turns evil and helps Triple H.
Triple H is a face sign.
Yeah. Well, he still helps Triple H because it's his whole father.
That would make sense.
All the social media following, the way he keeps joking that Triple H is his dad.
Well, I know, but he's like, well, he is the father of NXT, I guess.
Yeah.
Technically, but, I don't know. I mean, we're definitely gonna have to spend like the entire episode in 2 weeks to discuss WrestleMania predictions because if it's an 8-hour show.
Well, pretty much, it'll end well if Shane and R-Truth have gold.
Neither one should ever hold the title again. We're gonna sign off with that quote. And yeah, tonight's SmackDown we got the Gauntlet match. That'll be a really good match. Is it gonna take up an hour like the last one did? Hopefully, so that would be amazing for Kofi. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in. As always, you can give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/BeyondTheRopes. Follow us on Twitter at EthanNB95 and
Rob Flores Media.
just search up various episodes of Beyond the Ropes on YouTube. Search up Beyond the Ropes or go to Rob Flores Media. I don't know if I mentioned that already. But yes, thanks to you for tuning in. We are tapping out. And this episode has been too sweet. See you next week.